Hey everybody, welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade EM Chat and Repair. Well, it's turning more into um, Mark's DMD Hurricane Repair. So what's up everybody? Merry Christmas or whatever you celebrated. Happy holidays. Uh, yeah, I wasn't going to stream today, but I was just going to do some stuff on the side on a Hurricane. I was just going to go do some stuff underneath, replace some coil sleeves and stuff like that. Stuff that I was just going to do. I was going to crank the jukebox up and do it, and I'm like, well, it's around 2 o'clock anyway, so might as well just stream. If anybody's here, if you guys aren't doing anything, figured maybe somebody might want to watch. Get my Coke Zero. Went to the machine shed today. If anybody doesn't know what the machine shed is, it's a restaurant. I guess the farmers and agriculturalists and stuff like that would call the shed where they put all their machines in it the machine shed. And that's what this restaurant is kind of modeled after, is the machine shed. Well, they got all kinds of really good foods, and they got a killer buffet on Sunday. So we decided we'll go for that. My daughter was working, so she didn't want to go. And then they don't have YouTube or Xbox or those Oculus headsets at the restaurant, so my son didn't want to go. So here's my link. If anybody doesn't know who I am, I'm also on Facebook at Mark's Basement Arcade, Instagram at Mark's Basement Arcade. I don't post much on Instagram, and that's the link for my YouTube channel. And there's the Midwest Gaming Classic link. April 29th through May 1st, 2022 at the Wisconsin Center. Get your tickets if you're into gaming. And gaming is a big word. It's everything to do with gaming. Everything to do with gaming. I got this chat thing here. I have to see if I can make it a little bit smaller. I wanted to make it legible. I need to see if I can shorten it up or something. It was weird. Maybe I'll do that after I'm done streaming when I got stuff to do. And anyways, there's the two cameras. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay a coat of wax on this thing, probably to just below the flippers. I'm going to wax all this stuff up. And then flip it up and then do some stuff on the inside. And then we'll flip it down and pull the wax off. Normally, like I was going to do this wax job before, but it's Christmas week. And a lot of stuff went on. We didn't do much, we stayed home, but I had a lot of nothing to do because I'm on vacation. So I did a lot of nothing. So I figured, since I was doing a lot of nothing, I might as well do a lot more nothing and just do totally nothing. So that's what I ended up doing. I just ended up doing totally nothing. This is what I'm getting out of it. But as stated before, Hurricane was supposed to be a dedicated stream pinball. That means I don't do anything else on the side with Hurricane. But I decided, I need to get this thing done. I want it gone. I have other projects I'd like to do, other customer games to start. I have one sitting here. I have two sitting here, actually. So, I'm on vacation, so I might as well stream a lot of this as I can. But like I said, I was just going to go underneath and do the flipper coil and all the other stuff, but I never got to. So, like I said, I was just going to do it today, but then I'm like, well, what the hell, might as well just stream it, you know. This thing is still remarkably clean. It is very clean. Well, it should be, because I just Novus 2'd the whole playfield. So my little waxing thing here should be perfectly clean. And what I use for waxing is these are the Up and Up brand from Target. These are the exfoliating cotton rounds. Women use them to remove makeup. But they're excellent little waxing pads. I used a little bumpy side for it. They're excellent for this because they're small, so it lets you to get into all these tight little spots. And they're strong for waxing. And they just do a good job. And you can just throw them out when you're done. You don't have to wash them or clean them or anything. So that's my whole thought process on these. Plus I like them. You can put them on a stick and get them in tight spaces. No, Pinball, there's no overlay on this at all. This is what do you call it? Williams called diamond plate. It's like a hard clear coat that they used, which was really super good. I don't know why they didn't continue it. That's why usually if you get a diamond plate machine, the play fields are usually in really excellent condition. What I'm doing right now is I'm going over with my flashlight to see the areas I did not hit with the wax. Like I said, we're going to take this apron off, so I'm not going to go all the way down to the bottom of this and wax this area. Yeah, diamond plate, yeah, I don't know why they didn't continue with these. These must have been like high production cost to make them or something. But these things just hold up so nice. Most diamond plates you see are usually in excellent condition. This one does have Mylar on it. I'll point out the spots where it does have Mylar. It's got it right here, just in this little area right here. Right here, just in this little area. Right here in the bumper area right here is Mylar. And I believe that's it. That looks like it. I don't see any more. And that's factory Mylar. They put that on there because the ball drops here and it drops here. And you could just get a lot of shitty pop bumper action up in here. So you get a lot of ball smacking. Nowhere else. And the vertical up kicker here, I did use some clear coat around it to seal it in good, and the saucer, I did clear coat that area. Well, just the wood, the raw wood area, I put clear coat on. Yes, and with this ball groove, there's a short one here because we have a ramp that it goes up to, wire form. I like to always soak that area really good with wax because it brings out a nice color. But I think I got the whole playfield with wax. And with waxing, you don't need to wax your machine 3, 4, 5 times. You just need to wax it once. Once you wax it once, it's done. You can't wax your playfield 3 or 4 times to put more wax on it. Wax is wax. Once the wax is covered, you can't get wax to stick to wax. I could literally go over this thing 10 times with wax and it wouldn't be any more waxed than if I did it one time. That's why I took my flashlight and I went like this, and I can see all my swirl marks where I went, so I can make sure everything was covered. Now when this dries up and gets all hazy, I can go over with my microfiber towel, and as I rub it in, any little spots I missed will get coated. A lot of people are like, yeah, I waxed my car 4 times and look how beautiful and deep it is. Well, no, out of those 4 times, you just wasted 3 times worth of wax for nothing. I know some people will disagree with me, but that's what happens when you wax. You can wax once and then that's it. Alright. This is all. I have to admit one thing about this machine too. It is crazy clean for a routed machine. Oops, the wrong one. This one. Let's open this up. This was a routed machine, and it's crazy clean for being one. No, I don't want you to go down. Alright, stay there. Alright, it did go down just a little bit. That's alright. Let's just put it down here anyways. And can we go in? Yeah, let's just do that. So we're going to be working down here. Now I did go through this machine a little bit. I went through most of the switches and cleaned them, because there are really no switches in it. There's only really 1, 2, 3, 4 switches that really need to be cleaned in here. I went through all the other ones, but we got to go through these. I forgot these are all micro switches, so that's what I meant. We don't need to go through them, but I still have 4 we got to go through here. I got to get my, what do you call it, my coil sleeves up so we can get our pile going. I got this here. Where's that other box? Right here. Coil sleeves. And I got my vertical up kicker that I did take off already. That was because I needed to clean it. I mean, not clean it. I needed to, what do you call it? I needed to clear coat that area. So what we did was I took the vertical up kicker off so I could clear coat that area so it wouldn't drip all over this mech, because they're really tight tolerance. Alright, what was I going to do? I need some type of cardboard now. Oh, here we go. I have lots of cardboard here. I got my Coca-Cola box. Hopefully this is going to be thin enough, I'm not sure. No, I don't think it's going to be. Shoot. I want to clean the contacts on here without breaking out my, what do you call it? My Dremel. Let's just use some paper. I have regular just paper. Regular paper we'll use just to clean the contacts. There's only a couple of them. I don't need to go crazy on them to clean them. Alright, can you see what we're doing? No, you can't. Let's just unzoom you a little bit. Alright, we got the vertical up kicker here. is totally stuck to the magnet. We gotta take these screws out of it to get it apart, to get the coil out so we can get at the coil sleeve. Because like I said, when I shop these machines, we do all new coil sleeves. And this will come out pretty easy, I hope. Yes. Oh no. Alright, we gotta take this pin out for the vertical up kicker. Come on. I just had this thing apart the other day too. The vertical up kicker, the top part was broke, so I used my spare one to fix it. And then the sleeve comes out from the bottom, and it's actually pretty beat up. You can't tell that good because of the shadow. There. You can see it looks like somebody bit part of it off right there. So we will be getting a new sleeve for that. I got my box O sleeves here. Too long. Okay. We got my Marco order of sleeves on. That I did on Pinball parts or not. Too long. Correct size. Correct size. Yep. Let's wipe that off. Like I said, might as well clean up while we're here. Oops. That works actually better if you put it all together first. And then screw it down. So these vertical up kickers are really easy to do. Very easy. These just have two screws. The hardest part is getting the up kicker part off. This usually involves pressing a pin out. And the pin on this one is really long, so it's pretty easy. The vertical up kicker is like butter now. There we go. That's done. Take a piece of paper. Just a regular piece of paper. I'll fold it over twice so it's a little thicker. And I'll just go in here where the switch is. Hold it tight. Just go over it, and it was very clean actually. Vertical up kicker. Put it back. Get these screws in. Now I know why I was going to do all this on the side. Because nobody can see anything. one. And two, I am bent over like crazy. Now I know I was going to do it by myself. I guess we're going to, once we get done with this one, we'll just do something you guys can see easier. I have these slingshots up on top that I want to rebuild. Because one of them's got a broken part on it actually. So I dug through my stash and found one with a good part on it. Ah, crap. The pin is too long. Alright. I will worry about that later. I got the pin is too long. Now I know why there was a very, very short intermittent window with that. Once every 100 or something times you would up kick twice, and now I can understand the pin that holds the up kicker in is too long, and once in a while it must just ride on the wrong spot. So I'm gonna have to take that back off, and I'm gonna have to trim that pin down. All right, this mech right here. See how tight I can get into on it. Oh, that's the wrong way. And let me get up a little bit. Alright, so that up kicker I'm going to do by myself later. This is the problem child right here. This piece right here, this is the pivot point that goes like this right here. This piece right here is actually wiggly. It wiggles like this because it has never been oiled. So the force of these are like pressed together. So the force from never being oiled has been rocking it and made it wiggly loose. But this side is okay. Yeah, that side's good. This side's bad. So we will be taking that apart completely and rebuilding it. The first thing we're going to do is take these 4 screws out that hold the coil assembly. Now I remember why I was going to do that vertical up kicker by myself. It's just got a pin that goes through the actual up kicker, and it's really long. I don't know if it's the correct pin or not, but it's like way, way too long. So I gotta snip it down a little bit. And I can't really do that installed. I have to take it back out again. But now I know why I had just left it laying there. Alright, now this will come like this. And get the spring off. Put the spring there. Put the thing there. I get a piece of tape. Where did I put my tape? I think I got some over here. The tape I want for is the coil sleeve. Not the coil sleeve. The wrapper on the coil is loose. I just want to tape it back down. Now these have nylock nuts on them with screws. As you can see, this paper is loose. I just want to put the paper back on tight. So we need this one. I'll zoom you out a little bit. There we go. This one? Yep. Alright. This is fun. Since these are nylock, there we go. They want to spin the screw. Alright, this bracket goes like that and the wires go up. Can I hold that? Oh yeah, I can. Alright. That there. I can't hold up like that. Go. Holy cow. No, I can't. There we go. Now it's loose. Once you get past that nylock part of the nut, it's really easy to unscrew it then. Screw goes there. Then this comes off. This comes off, and then we leave the coil hang. We'll wipe the coil off. This paper is just loose, so we're gonna just tape it on. Get that on as tight as possible. Put a piece of Scotch tape on it. There we go. Junk sleeve, which should be a regular coil sleeve. Yes. Brand new one there. Gonna wipe that off. That off. The bracket off. Surprisingly, these are just a little dusty, and then that's it. This part off. Alright. This goes. Oops. Sleeve. Coil sleeve. Like that. Is that correct? No, we were like this. Yes. Like that. Like that. Old diamond plate, which is really good stuff. These screws back through here. Get the bolt on. The nylock nut, I should say, not bolt. Other screw. Nylock nut. This is going to be so much fun here. Now I need to hold this part, this little metal L, down tight to this and get these screws in tight all at the same time. Which is super, super hard. But I can do it. I just need that third hand, which is the playfield right now. There we go. Come on. Still not tight. Let's do it with the screwdriver then. I got that other one tight, so it's holding that L bracket tight. Almost. Let's use the other side of the screwdriver. Nope, I had the right side. There we go. Tight. Tight. Alright. Those are now tight. This is all nice and tight. It can go back on there, but we have to take this off first in order to replace this piece. Once I get it off, I will show you how jacked up it really is. These are not magnetic, so we will have to change that. I thought they were. It's my little magnetizer. So is anybody doing anything crazy cool today? Anybody get any cool presents or anything? No, it's still not magnetized. I don't like that. I thought these things were. Maybe I have to go further down the shaft. Me and my wife, we really don't do the Christmas for us. It's more about the kids. So we don't do presents, so I really didn't get nothing. But I rather have the kids get all the presents. I'm happy enough just knowing that they got something cool and they were happy about it. No, it's still not magnetized. Must be some weird metal, non-magnetosium or something. Okay, as soon as I get this out, we can see how bad this part really is. Let me disconnect it from here so I can get it off. Well, that's magnetized. That goes like that. Alright. I don't know if you can. Okay, here's the piece. See how it wiggles? It's kind of hard to show it. But you see how it's wiggling up and down? That is not supposed to happen. That should be solid. So we got a new one. I just got to clean up this stuff. And where's my Q-tips? Are they back over here where they belong? They shouldn't be, because I was using them on the table the other day. Or do I just got crap on top of them? I just got crap on top of them. So what we will do, we'll take my Q-tip. Let me just do this. You see me, and you can't see me better because this stupid texting here is blocking you. But I will show you. I'm going to clean a whole lot of this with my Q-tip and some naphtha. First, let's clean the outside of it with a little naphtha. I know you can't see me. Oh, trust me, I'll be back in your view in a second. Okay, we'll get this cleaned off with some naphtha. Like I said, this doesn't need to be clean to work, but you got it apart, why not clean it? And that's how we roll. I might have to get a little file to that. I'm gonna go grab my little file real quick. Alright. File. What we're doing here is this, the plunger, just from years of beating, is it's a little rough on the edge. It's starting to like mushroom just ever so slightly. So what we're going to do is we're going to get that off. Get the sharpness off of it. Put just that itty bitty bevel on here. And get that clean and sharp free. This does take a while because you'll find a little spot and then you'll go over it. And then once you go over it, then you got to go over another little spot. There's a little spot right there. I can see it actually. Now I'm not really putting a lot of weight on this. I'm just letting the weight of this do its job. If I didn't take care of this, it would mash a little bit more, and then it would start mushrooming out, and then it would start destroying the coil. So if I take care of this now, it'll be good for another 20-something years. Alright, that's good. Alright, so I gotta get my naphtha into Q-tip. A little drop on the Q-tip. We're gonna clean out this hole. Oh yeah, that is totally filthy. Look at that. That is mostly, I'm guessing, the wear from the metal, you know, being knocked away on that other end piece. That's going to get another cleaning. That's what I'm guessing a lot of that's from. Clean now. Okay, that's it. Clip. Let's get that cleaned off. Okay, now we're going to put a little super lube on it. Oh, we're going to put a little super lube on it. There, you can see me a little bit. You get the little clip. You can't really see. You can't even see in the light. Little clip. There's my junk one. And we'll put a little super lube. On the Mac. Coat that baby up. Now, plastic to plastic, no lube. Metal to plastic, no lube. Metal to metal, lube. Right. I just didn't see how that went in there, so I put it on correct. There. Now this can pivot. See, this is the piece that we just replaced. This is screwed onto the playfield. This goes up through the playfield, and this is where your rubber for your slingshots hit. And then this right here, the coil pulls down. As you can see, you get that action, which is that action, and that's what fires your kicker, your slingshot. All right, that goes back in there. And luckily, I just had, you know, extras. So I just had to replace some of these on another machine. And when I did, I'm like, you know, you should buy extras. So I did. So I actually have a couple extras yet. And then just get screwed down with 3 screws. No cranking them down tight because you're going into wood and you don't want to tear apart your wood. Three screws. 1, 2, 3 right underneath my finger. Ready? 3 right there. 3 screws. And that's how this works. This goes into your coil, which we'll be putting back on right now. Do we get the spring wiped off? Get the slingshot rebuilt. Take these coils apart too. They are actually all in good condition. But we're replacing the, what do you call it? Flipper sleeves. I hope I have them in stock. There. This is held down by 4 screws. I usually put them kitty corner from each other at first to get them started. Because then when I tighten them down, there will be 2 in there holding it perfect to the other 2 holes. And then I don't have to try to line other holes up. You know what I mean, Vern? Has anybody got any questions on anything under here? Because since I'm done with this part, I can show you something else. yeah, I think the rest of underneath this playfield I will work on without you guys. And that works so good now compared to before. The last video before this, this was hard to articulate with my hand because it had no lubrication. Like this one. Let me get you over here. I actually want you guys to see this. I have to move the camera down. So let's do this. Okay, well, what questions you got? Any questions? I'll try to answer them. And Dave, I'm guessing maybe that was the wrong thing for me to say, but I can just imagine some of the questions you're going to ask. Alright. See, we are still plugged in. 2 cameras. Alright, we got that. I need to put my light back on. I had my light plugged into a different spot. I will have to get this to focus. And that is a good question because sandwiches, the loaves were originally round at one time till they developed the square pan. And they realized when they put the bread in the round loaf pan, when they would cook it, it would tend to fall over to its side. So that's why they went to square pans. So that's why bread is square on 3 sides and round at the top still. But for the sandwich meat, all of it comes out of a press. And it's easier to make a round press for the meat to come out than a square press. But for stacking, you would think if they'd make all the meat square to come out of a square press, it would stack better and travel better. But people like round meat for some reason because it does fit better on a bun. Now, if you believe any of that I just said, I got some land to sell you. All right, here. You can see it. Yes, thunder is generated by the government to cover up noise from aliens. See this is, I'm forcing it right now to go up that far. This is what I'm getting right now because this is just so not lubed. I bet you I could just drop a little bit of oil on there and we could get that to do its thing. We just got no, see that, there. If I do it really super hard with my finger, it shouldn't. It should, I should just be able to do it lightly and get that to go. Kind of like this one I just did. Where is it now? It's right here. Like this one I just did. See how that one articulates now? That one I'm hardly using any pressure. And it's going up and down by itself. Just because I cleaned and lubed the spot. The metal to metal allows it to properly operate. And that's what you need. You need that metal to metal with lubricant. Otherwise you're never gonna have properly working mechs. Let's since I got this out of the way, let's move it back here. We're probably not level. Let's see if we can get at these flipper mechs. Yeah, that's been a well-known fact if you're in the right circle of people that thunder is generated by the government. Coke Zero is so good when it's ice cold. Alright. I need to see if I even have these giant coil sleeves. I think I do. Not, I'm going to end up ordering them. That doesn't look new. That's a little bit too long. I think these are them. I do get a nice stock of coil sleeves now, because every time I end up buying one, I end up buying a bunch more. And that looks just about correct. Do I have one that's just a little bit longer? Might be these. Okay, I think it's these. It's one of these two. I need to write part numbers on these things so I can order the correct ones. We will need, what do you call it? Allen wrenches to get at these. What is that? 3/16. Too big. 5/32. Yes. Alright. 5/32 it is. I'm just taking the back of this off just to get the coil loose so I can get the sleeve out and clean it. Put that on top of the transformer. Actually, this transformer on this game is special. It's actually a robot in disguise. Alright, let's match up that sleeve now. Nope, too small. And the other one is the right size. I got these two that are just like 5 millimeters, I think it is. Different from each other. So I do got a couple of these. Another PBR order, I guess. Garbage. Cleaning cloth. Oh, that is nice and clean. I like these coils because they self-center. They're so self-centered. There. What I mean by self-centering, they actually got notches on them that lock them in to a certain area so they can't move. What does that coil stop from? That was garbage. Oh, that's from, what do you call it, the drop targets. We can put that back on too as soon as I take this wax off. We can actually do that, get that drop target assembly back on. That would be fun, wouldn't it? And these contacts here for the EOS switches, those I will be dremeling. Those got some good crud on them. I can see them from here. Okay, that's tight. That's tight. Put that there. Let's get my little Dremel. Little Dremel boy. Pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. And he brings out the Dremel for you to enjoy. Pum-pa-pum-pum. Pum-pa-pum-pum. What size is this? 12 volt, 5 amp. Too big. I gotta unplug this light so I can get this over here closer. I know it's dark now. It's brighter for you than it is for me. Pum-pum-pum. Little Dremel boy. Alright. Those things open and close perfect. It took me a little bit longer on the Dremel. Just because. No, I really couldn't see how good I was cleaning it. So I just wanted to really make sure I got it cleaned. So I just went over it extra good since I couldn't see because I had no light. Alright. Do I got a clean Q-tip? I can just wipe the dust off the linkage here with the Q-tip. Let's put a little, what do you call it on there? Where's my Q-tips again? Here they go. Right in front of you. Let's put a little naphtha on it. I can get the little cleaner. Now these links are in perfect shape. That's why I'm not even going there to reclean them. They got virtually no wear to them. And they're doing what they need to do. They got the perfect adjustment on them. So these must have been replaced not too long ago. Which could have been, you know, years, but not, the game has not been played since they were rebuilt. So yeah, same with that one. Virtually no play to it. So yeah, here we go again. Put it in like that. Get it in tight. Break it loose. With Allen nuts and screws, you want to make sure you get it fully seated all the way down first before you try to break it loose, so you don't strip it, because you'll strip it good. Strip it good. And I'm speaking from experience. That's why I now have metric Allen wrenches. You wouldn't believe how many things actually use metric Allen wrenches. Well, Allen screws. And this will just come out like that. That will come off there. Pop right out. Just put that over there for now. Wipe that off. We'll put a little on. Yeah, they're both the same. One's been replaced at one time. One coil's been replaced. Okay, come on. couldn't get it in there all the way. Why do I got that song in my head? So I'm a little drummer boy. Alright. So did any of you guys and girls, or girl, or guy and girls, I don't know what the viewer audience is, but has any of you watched the alien pinball video I got? The new unboxing video, which is right here. Have any of you guys seen that? That is the new Alien Brothers pinball. Fully unboxing setup video. That video was made by Dave Brennan, and he bought the machine and he did the video. He was going to put it on his channel, but then he's like, yeah, you want to just put it on yours? So I'm like, yeah, no problem. And Dave's like a honorary Mark's Basement Arcade guy anyways. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So he did that whole video himself, did all the intros and outros and all that cool stuff, all the sound effects. So yeah, check it out and comment on it because Dave's following it. And if you think it's cool and stuff, give it a like. Alright, both flippers are rebuilt, as what I'm meaning by rebuilt. The linkage is perfect. There's nothing wrong with the linkage on either one. The EOS switches are perfect. You know, like I said, these must have been repaired not too long ago. The plunger is good. Everything's good. The only thing is the sleeves were probably good. But I said, you know, we're just going to replace them anyways. Just so I know they're done. But I'm sure they were replaced when those were rebuilt. So we're going to get to that play field and get the wax off of it. And then we're going to pull the apron off. And then we're going to, what do you call it? We're going to get the trough apart. And then after we get the trough apart, I'm going to take the trough and I'm going to polish it. And then we're going to eventually put it back in the machine next week. We will do that next week. But I want to get this wax off now. Maybe we'll put those drop targets back up too. This will work actually. So I was using this for something else, but this will remove the wax. I don't want to leave it on too long. It just makes it a lot harder to get off. Right now it's basically on just about as long as I like it. I don't like it on too much longer. Again, I got the flashlight out because it once I am done, I can go over it with the flashlight and see where I missed wax. That's a little trick you can use. You just hold it on a playfield in a certain way and you can see all the wax you missed. I really need to start taking ibuprofen or something before I start working on these games. I'm getting old. I don't like to admit it, but My wrist is killing me right now from doing these little intricate things with it. I've led a hard life on my body, so these little things that might seem easy have, you know, actually tear me up a little bit. So my wrist actually just feels like I need to crack it right in here, right in that area. It's bothering me. Moving around really good around these light bulbs and stuff. Trying not to miss anything. I can close this now. It's my I just closed the vent for the basement. I don't need any more heat down here. I did when I started. I don't now. So with enough heat that I've generated by moving around like this, I'm actually quite comfortable now. But before, when I first came down here, I wasn't doing anything, and I was stuffed from the machine shed, and then I was kind of, you know, cool and comfortable. I wonder when I start the game up if there's going to be a big difference. Here you can see how that one doesn't move much. It will move more when the coil fires it compared to this one. Look, I'll use my pinky power. See how far it goes? Let's do the zoom in. There we go. Pinky power. See how far that goes? And pinky power. There. I have to wiggle it to get it to go that far. But this one, it's like butter. Because we oiled it and replaced the wore out part. Okay, let's zoom me back out. Alright. I'm going to make sure I got all this wax off. Like I said, this wax is a little harder to get off once it fully dries. Unless you waxed it. If you waxed it twice, then that second coat of wax is really easy to get off, because it's stuck to wax. Oh, I did a really good job getting the wax off. I got really small little areas I missed. I do really recommend having a nice bright flashlight doing this. You will not believe how much wax you do miss which is not really going to hurt anything. It just, you know, you just want to get it cleaned off. Some of the areas I'm just going back over because I think there's wax. And what it really is, it's just, you know, a little playfield wear from, you know, the balls going over it a lot. It leaves a different shine, I should say. You know, like right there, where the ball rolls over, right in the middle. It never touches the edge here, but it goes right down the center, like that. So you will get a different wear, which is a different color. So when you see it, it might look like you left wax on it, but you really didn't. It's just that shine is different. And I did a perfect job right in there. Alright. So what we can do is we can put those drop targets back on to get them out of the way and completely done. Another thing that's good too, once you take the wax off, and you still take it off in swirls like this, it will polish it into any little spots you missed. Now, this machine won't need to be waxed for probably a good year or so. Yeah, it looks good. Alright. Let's put that drop target back on. Just get it out of the way. It's done, out of the way. It's one more thing gone, I should say. That is out of the mix. We need a new coil sleeve for that. That goes in from the top. What size is that? That's the other one. That's the other sleeve I have. Okay. Now I know why I got those two odd sleeves. So I'm going to leave these up by my computer. I might go on to Pinball Resource. Their website, they have a great measuring system for coils. That is clean. I need some tape though. So I can measure these coils I have, coil sleeves, and find out exactly what sleeve is what, mark it off, and then put on my whiteboard another order for them. So I'll probably order another 25 a piece. This will go. How's that going to go? It'll go like this. Yeah, crap, you guys can't see me again. There. Sorry about that. Alright, I'm just trying to get this sleeve back in here and mounted down. Well, not the sleeve, the whole coil itself. It's kind of a pain because I have the wires attached. Take the wires off. It's easier. Need a bigger one. Now I'm holding this down tight with my other finger. Might as well check those right away. All right. All right. Any wires in my way? No. That will. For some reason I don't believe that coil went on that way. Because it's just too close to the wire, so I'm going to have to flip that coil around. I think it was the other way. Just too close to the lights. They're not going to hit it. It's just if somebody was there messing with the lights to change a bulb or something, and they would move it, it would hit one of these lugs. So I'm tending to believe that the coil was the other way. Say this. Looks like this. And this was like this. Come on. It makes sense now. That would be, oh yeah. That's how it had to be. It had to be like that. One of the drop targets fell down and got itself stuck in the mech there. So now I have to get the drop target up, get that down, put that back in there like that. Now that works even easier doing it that way, Mark. Now we're putting you back up so you stay out of the way. There we go. Keep it tight. Tighten that down. That's nice and tight. That down. This uses 8. It's 2, 4, 6, 8 right there. These are all working correctly now, yes. Alright. Now the bulbs are not messing with it. kind of tight so I can get these other holes lined up. Once I get 2 of them in, I think I should be able to tighten it down all the way. Yeah, they're all lined up. There. Now each one I put in, I can just tighten up all the way. Slip slide away. This is a pretty fierce mech. It gets a lot of banging from the top, and then it gets banging from the bottom. The bottom is a resetting of it. So it is held on by 8 screws, which makes total sense. Alright, let's get funny, these screws here are all put in, these 2 screws that I just did are put in on an angle due to the way the mech is on the board. Even in a factory, they couldn't put them in straight. So they're both at a slight angle. And there's 1 screw left on the bottom. And we can plug it back in and then maybe give it a test. Alright. Okay, now we need the harness for it. Alright, that's perfect. I just like the route to use more this way. What the hell's I'm like stuck on my finger. Alright, we got that. Let's push that ball back in. What I mean by pushing the ball back in, I had it bent out of the socket's way. I like that better. That is much better. I just modded the bulb assembly to go the way I wanted it to, because I didn't like the way it was resting. Alright. We'll see how that works. And then we'll get to the apron. I want to see how that slingshot works too. There we go. Target's reset. And that's just going to keep doing it. There's a switch is bent. That's why I gotta fix that one. Can I just get that to stop real quick? Yeah, no I can't. So I don't have it in there all the way. Will it stop now? Probably not. There. like I said, I gotta take that pin out and reset it. But now these lights are brighter because they're actually put up into here. I want to see how this slingshot works versus that one now. And you can't see. Don't matter, we got to put you down here anyways because we're taking apart that apron next. What time is it? Yeah, we got time. Watch this out. Unused. Let's switch edges. There, that's working nice. See, that one is working good. It's not. This one's just got so much more oomph to it. This one, yeah. That one's just got so much more oomph to it. It works so much better. Those we got to clean up yet. And we got the optos. I wouldn't have, since we messed with that. Is that? No, that'd be the switch levels. Single switch. No, is there an opto menu? Display test, switch edges, utilities. What is it? It's tests. It's gotta be. Nope. I keep hitting the wrong button. Look what you're doing. Okay, corner door closed. Wave. Oh, I bet you that thing ain't plugged in. Nope. I guess that would do it every time, wouldn't it? I don't know exactly where that's probably plugging in to here. We're not going to mess with that, I guess, since that's the opto board for that. I'm not going to mess with the optos right now. Maybe we'll do this. No, we'll do it. Okay. I have that opto board plugged in. I like to test it. Yeah. Works perfect. That beeping you hear is Optos. Right here. Right here when the ball goes through. What I'm doing is I'm vibrating it. I want to see if it goes off. That's perfect. Okay, those are working. Everything's working. Alright, I guess I could put that board back on now because we're not pulling this playfield out anymore. Here. So much prettier. Let's get this apron off. Get you unplugged. Well, get the machine unplugged. Alright, we verified that slingshot is working beautiful. It's working really super good. So we're going to get this apron off here. And let's get a hunk of wood over here. Close this up. We'll put it right there. So we got 2 screws, phone. We will just wait on that. What I do? I gotta. Okay, this bag will work. Take the apron off. You got 2 screws here. One on this other side that you cannot see conveniently because the chat is blocking it. And this should slide forward and pull up. And man, is it dirty. It's dirty 30. All right. I guess we don't need that wood on there anymore. We can actually prop it up and get those 2 other screws out. This trough is in actually really good shape. You know what? I'm gonna not take the trough out and polish it because it doesn't need to be polished. This is not destroyed like on my normal games, but it needs to be cleaned. The whole trough area needs to be cleaned real bad. So, yeah, we are not, normally I'd pull the bottom part out of the machine, but we're not going to do that. I don't think we need to. We'll take this gate off here though. Is that attached that side? No. Here. take it off so I can clean it better and wax the area. This piece does not need to get polished, which is good. It isn't, well, I'm used to doing EMs where this area just beat the hell, and it's just so beat bad. This is an actually really super condition where I don't need to polish it because it's smooth, it's just dirty. It's just dirty. It's actually still got a hell of a shine to it, but it's dirty. And this is in good shape. It doesn't need to be tore apart. We will take this off though. We are unplugged, yes we are. Screw. Those are all the same screws, it don't matter. This is the kicker, which kicks the ball into play. One reason why I'm moving it, it's easier to wax and clean with this out of the way, like that. Now, some of you people are like, well, how do you get rid of this dust? Easy. A very light moistened towel. And you will clean that off. That's the only time I say put any type of moisture on the playfield. But like I said, I am using a moistened towel, not a moistened playfield. Very light sprays just to get this nice and damp. Well, the towel nice and damp. Because there's so much dirt, you cannot wipe it off at all without having something that's slightly damp. And this is very slightly damped. If it was actually damp as I would love it, this dirt would come off so much easier. But why I'm saying damp is because it is actually making the dirt stick to the towel instead of brushing it off into the playfield and whatever. I want it to stick to it. These actually are easier when you take them off to clean. I want all this to get as clean as I can before I clean it. What I mean by clean is I'll novice to the area and then wax it. But like I've said many times over, do not get the playfield wet. And we are not. We are getting a towel damp, lightly dampened, and then we are wiping the playfield off. As you can see, it's still like sticking to the playfield because this is not really that damp. The dampness is just making the dirt stick to my towel. And that's what I'm really wanting to accomplish. I want all the yuckies to stick to my towel. We have to go through and rebuild this yet too. Yes, we are rebuilding this. It's working perfect. It's just, you know, you take things apart and you go through and clean them a little bit. They just work a ton better. It's working. Why rebuild it, Mark? Exactly. I rebuild it all. So like I said, I'm not that flipper guy that says I do a full shop job and then doesn't do that. The rest of that I can get off with some Novus. I want to get this off though. I can just get into that area so much better. What's that running noise? That's my refrigerator. It's like, what is that noise? Icky. That's gross. This one I'll wax this piece. Yeah, this even gets waxed. Look at that. It's just so disgusting. Alright. The rest of this I can use Novus 2 on to get clean. Just want to get this. So yeah, that's in good shape. It's not damaged or anything. It's in really good condition. Just want to get the dirt off of it. And it's in actually really good shape. Doesn't need to be pulled out and polished like I normally do. Because it doesn't have the wear on, and it's actually been like protected differently, it looks like, than the original ones from the EMs. Let me oh yeah, you're crazy, Mark. You're going in there with a Q-tip. Well, you gotta clean things, you know. How else are you gonna clean it? Top of the switch off, get all the gookies off of it. Yeah, that's perfect. Alright, that is clean. And it's smooth, and it's not pitted. It's not going to destroy any balls. A little bit just right here. And just a little bit right there. smooth anyways. What time is it? It's almost 4. This is actually polishing it just a little bit. Oh yeah. And that's it. That is clean. Alright, I'm going to show you what a little bit of Novus 2 we'll do in this area. That is just too dirty. Okay. Let's see if we can get this off. I have to find a place to keep my Novus 2 standing up. Now it's going to take most of all this off. Some of it is still going to be staying because it's kind of like wore into it, I should say. Like this line right here, that is actually like a scuff into it from the apron vibrating on it, so I can't really get that off. Just wax that area too. I'll go back over it later. So yeah, I can't get that clean because it's like vibrated right into the wood and like damaged the wood. But yeah, that's actually a gouge in the wood right there. But this is all clean now. Can you see? You can see some of this. That's a vibration dirt line. Yeah, that's a groove line. Let's see if I can get that off. Let's try naphtha on that. That might just be too far gone into the wood where it's actually like permanently damaged the coating. I don't know. Try to, yeah, even with the not so rough end of my what do you call it, my green scrubby pad is not even budging it. So that I can't get off because that's like really ground into the, what do you call it, the wood and clear coat. But look at it this way. That's all under the apron. It can't be seen, but I'm going to try to do my best get it off. Remember how I didn't get close to the apron here? So now we will get close. And this whole area here. We will get as clean as we can. So yeah, if there's anybody that wants to know anything, ask any questions, feel free to do so. If you're watching the stream live, feel free to ask. In a minute, I'm going to throw a coat of wax on this and let it sit, and then be done with this area, and then we'll be done streaming for the day. But I'm probably gonna pop back on like Tuesday night, maybe. Let's say Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central Time. I'll be back on, and we will go over this area, put this stuff back on here. Okay, now I'm buffing off the Novus. I have to wax that spot again because I got Novus there. And I'm sure when I wiped it off, I took the wax with it. That is clean as that area is going to get. What we have left is deep staining of the wood from where these parts were bolted down to it and junk got underneath it and just vibrated over the year. It is rough. It took off the clear, or whatever coating, the diamond coat, and ground right into it. I don't know if it took it off, but it ground into it. So I could probably, like I said, go over it with a magic eraser and be done with it, and it would be good. But it is not anything we're gonna see, so that is as good as that's gonna get. Now we're waxing. Yes, we're waxing an area we don't see. Still gonna be protected. This was clear coated from the factory, or diamond coated from the factory down here. So let's wax that spot up here again where we dripped that Novus and wiped it off. This was, yeah, still all coated from the factory. The reason why I do this area is for a couple reasons. Let's say somebody smacks something on the glass and they break a bottle of beer or a soda or spill something on it and it leaks, breaks the glass and it leaks down on the playfield. Well, chances are you're going to get all this wiped up and you're going to try to clean in here as best as you can and then be done with that. Well, if I can protect this area really good with a wax coat, chances are if you did accidentally do something like that, this is still going to be protected. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Vern? There, I'll throw a coat of wax on that too. Yeah. Now I'll rip that wax off after we're done. Well, I won't rip it off, I'll polish it off. I don't know what this is for. Actually, that other hurricane board I got, there was actually a bubble level somebody stuck in here, which I've never seen before. It wasn't factory. It was some operator did it. So they could pull off the card and then see the bubble level, but it didn't make any sense because the playfields don't play level. So I don't know what that was there for. Alright, that's all waxed and protected. Alright. Now we'll have to figure out what those coil sleeves are for, because I will need some more of them. So I need to order some of them. Because when you got them like that, you don't know if you use them. And then when you do use them, you're like, oh, I used them. So now I know I'll use them. So yeah, if you just chimed in, I'm Mark from Mark's Basement Arcade. There's my YouTube page, YouTube channel where I do all EM repair and solid state repair and DMD repair. You'll see this on there. I got a color DMD for it that I'll be putting on it, which will be only on Mark's Basement Arcade on YouTube. Coke Zero. So yeah, here's a Midwest Gaming Classic. That's the channel you're watching, tvMGC. I am live every Sunday at 2 p.m. unless I'm forced to mandatory work overtime, then you won't see me. Or I'm on vacation or something weird like that. Actually, I wasn't going to stream today, but I knew I was going to do some stuff on the side of this. I was going to go underneath and clean those couple switches and then do the hard, like the vertical up kicker and stuff like that. I was going to do all that hard stuff, and then I forgot about that vertical up kicker being a pain in the butt where I had to trim it, and it just totally slipped my mind. And I'm like, oh, why don't I just go live? And then after I started tearing that apart, I'm like, okay, now I know I didn't go live because I have to trim that, and that's too much of a pain in the butt. So behind the scenes, I will wipe the wax off of here. I will clean those trough parts and get them ready to be put back on, along with the apron. We will get that ready, and then we will put those back. I don't know if I'm going to finish the stuff up underneath the playfield, but I'm apparently going to have to take all these plastics upstairs or something, and I'm going to have to start cleaning them because I have to go back on to finish this game. Screwdriver, well, nut driver. I forgot. I just waxed stuff, and I forgot to wax the shooter rod guard cover thing. So, I'm like, duh. Gotta wax that too. Here. And I gotta go upstairs, and I have to clean hand polish all the metal ramps and stuff. So yeah, but yeah, these plastics I really have to go over. I'm not cleaning them on camera. I need to work on them when nobody's around, so I can just sit there and clean them, because one of the ramps for the bottom here is obtanium, and if I break that, oh, you're going to hear some colorful stuff. The only way I can seem to replace that is to buy another hurricane machine, and that's not happening. So that's probably about it. So yeah, I'm going to get those other pieces cleaned off that are kind of behind me over here that you can't see. So I'm going to get all the trough parts cleaned, and I'll probably maybe throw a coat of wax on them after I clean them. And then we'll get those put back in. And then, I don't know, probably start getting the posts back on the game, because those all have been ultrasonically cleaned. Get that back in. We'll get the slingshots ready, get the side guards ready. And then after that, I will work on cleaning all the wire form ramps, and I'll be working on cleaning the plastics. Like I said, I can't clean the plastics in front of you guys because one, it's boring as hell cleaning all the plastic ramps, and I really need just time to myself to clean them because it's just mental quiet time cleaning them so I don't twist them and break them. But the replacement ones I did use off my spare playfield. They had a couple cracks on them, and I bought an experimental glue. Well, it's not really experimental. People have been experimenting with it on Pinside, and they said it's the bomb. It's the best glue ever. So I bought it, and I repaired a couple little itty bitty cracks on it. And this glue is actually stronger than the actual plastic itself, because they took two spare pieces and they glued them together kind of like this, and they hooked a pulley up to this side and a pulley up to this side and pulled on them, and the plastic actually gave away where it wasn't glued. So they said this glue is better than the plastic itself. It's stronger than the plastic. So I put it on there, and it's pretty invisible. And like I said, I've had another playfield, and I took all the good stuff off that playfield, and we're putting them on this playfield. So like I said, there was a couple of cracks, but the parts I'm putting on had less cracks than original parts, and original parts had pieces that were missing off the plastic, and these don't have pieces missing off. So got to fix the cracks and fix what do you call it? Oh, Pinball Wizard wants to know if I got a piece of plastic, and unfortunately, the one he wants is the one I'm replacing. So, Tim, I have a better broken one. Still streaming. So yeah, watch. I'll show you. Okay, let me see if I can find that plastic that he wanted. So here's the replacement one. Oh yeah. So this is what he wants. This is the replacement one I have. Here's the replacement one. And here's my original one. I guess mine original one is just as good as his broken one. So is he even watching? No. But if you do click in, this is the original plastic that we're replacing. These are both broke off like yours. And this is the one that we're putting on that still has them. So hopefully these last longer than the original ones. But yeah, see that crud that's on there? It almost, this game, I think, well, the extra playfield I got, because this is the spare part, it almost looks like it was in a flood or something. So, but the plastic is good, and we want these pieces, because the original machine had this piece. And a big difference on the bottom there. So this is going to go in, but we got to clean up. So apparently this area gets a good beating. And I'm going to leave it warped like that too. Because they're both warped almost exactly. I'm going to leave this area warped. I'm not going to even try to straighten it at all. It seems like it wants to be warped like that, and I think if the plastic is warped and pointing up like that, it's going to have less of a chance of breaking the balls breaking it. So anyways, I guess that's about it. Unless anybody's got any questions real quick, we're going to hit the end and stop streaming button. I'll take a sip of my Coke Zero. You're back. I'll show you. Alright. Here's my original plastic that I am not using. And this is my replacement one I am using. So, yes, I do have the plastic. No, you can't have the plastic. Because this is basically just as in good shape as your plastic. Now, if you have that glue, if you did get the glue, and if you do have these two pieces, you could probably get some acrylic sheets like I did and glue them onto underneath here or on the top and attach those back on and be set. But no, I need this piece for that spare playfield. So yeah, I guess you're SOL. Sorry, but I do have this one for sale. Yeah, did you? If you ordered that glue, it might fix it. You should be able to put it either on top or on the bottom. But I do know if it goes on color, it's gonna ruin the color. So you might have to put it on top and glue it on top to repair it. Might just be able to take a piece of clear Lexan and glue it on the top and then drill the holes out to match like that. But if you do use the glue on the bottom, I did experiment with that on one of the other pieces. It will make this color run. It will like remove it, so you would have to glue on top of a non-glued area. I mean, painted area. So there's some advice with that glue. If anybody wants to know what glue that is, it's this stuff. This is the glue. It's called Well Done number 3. Well Done number 3. This is the glue. Like I just told Tim there, it works great, but don't put it on anything that has been painted or a sticker on it. It will take a little bit of it off, as I experimented with right here. You can see right there how it took just a little bit of the color off. If I put glue on the back and it was okay, and I put just a little bit on the top, and then instantly it did that. So that will cover right up with a blue marker. You won't even see those two little spots again. But here's that area I fixed. With that glue. You can see how it dried. Like regular crazy glue, you would have had the white haze left all on it, and this has none. Still looks like original, and that is solid. It's perfect glue. So actually underneath here, I think I'm going to put a spare piece of Lexan and then glue it there, just to reinforce it a little bit, since it dries clear. But this other one that I'm replacing, this one was really cracked. You can see the giant crack from here all the way down there. This is what I am replacing. Yeah, there, that's got a giant crack on it. Great epoxy though, whatever epoxy they used, I would love to know what they used. because the crack is held solid and it's like clear. I'd love to know what epoxy they use, but yeah, and then here, this is another reason why I'm repairing it. This has all been broken, epoxied. But yeah, whatever clear epoxy they use, I'd love to know. And then they put these metal, like washers, aluminum washers, to reinforce things. And in here, that's not factory. I have another ramp. The Hurricane ramp. I got an actual brand new Hurricane ramp. But the original one, which is here, I have a brand new one of these. Free Play 40, I think his name is. But this one, you can see it's got one of those metal tabs epoxied on it, here and here. So yeah, that's why I got a brand new one of these. So machine's getting a brand new one of these ramps on, and then it's been fixed here too. But a lot of ramps do break here and here. It is natural for them to break on both sides because this is where the ball comes in. So it's going to always hit it on the edges here, and that ball at ever how many miles an hour, it's always going to break the ramps right here and here. So if you ever get a chance to get these metal protectors, these are ramp protectors, always buy them because they reinforce the edges here. I know I think Cliffy makes them, but these are factory ones. So if you do ever get a new machine and the entrance to the ramp does not have these metal protectors on it, right here, order them, because these will save your ramps, because they always break here. Always on part of the ramp, they always break. So yeah, get yourself some Cliffies and fix them. I wonder what I do with that other washer. That's what you get for taking stuff apart and not putting it back in the same spot. Oh, that's right, that doesn't... Okay, never mind. I experimented on that one. That one comes with a new metal flap. So anyways, I guess that's about it. Tim, nice talking to you. Dave, nice talking to you. I don't think anybody else chimed in. If anybody did, I don't think anybody else did. I think it was just Dave and Tim. Dave and Tim. Yep, that's it. So yeah, everybody take care. Yep, I'll talk. Oh yeah, we'll be talking later. You know that. Well, probably soon after this, I'll be talking to you because I'll look at what you sent me. So yeah, everybody take care. If I don't see any of you guys, have a happy New Year and a much better year than this past one, because this one kind of sucked. So yeah, I hope everybody has a good one. And probably Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Time, I'll be back streaming. We'll put part of that back together. And that will probably be a short stream. And that's about it. And anyways, check out my Mark's Basement Arcade. I have a brand new Alien Pinball Brothers Alien Pinball. A full decrating, pull out a crate, set it up, go through the game, look at the issues it has. There's some factory service bulletins about things you should change on the machine, and a general go over the game to see how Pinball Brothers Alien Pinball is comes out of the box and how beautiful it looks and how it goes together. It's really pretty cool underneath the machine. It's unlike any other pinball machine I have seen underneath, because it is so damn clean underneath. The way that Pinball Brothers did everything, it is really cool. So go to Mark's Basement Arcade. It's one of the first couple videos that are out recently. My buddy Dave did it. That's his video. He did all the editing and everything, and he let me put it on my channel. So thank you, Dave, for letting that happen. And I hope you have many more videos that you can throw up on there for everybody else to enjoy. And I got to turn that camera off. Otherwise, I'm going to go upstairs and leave that camera on. So anyways, everybody, take care and later. Oh, right here, you're going to see some cool stuff. There'll be cool stuff right here, so click on it. Later.